The NBA division for the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm Levi Flores, and for the NBA, Sonics and Bobcats all week long, head-to-head, and these two teams will be vying for the championship tomorrow midday. You do not want to miss that, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, the NBA championship is right here on this court number 2. So you'll be able to watch that with me tomorrow morning here at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. But for right now, they're still trying to get used to each other. It is the final time they will be playing against each other until that championship game. And this is super, super important because they'll know the antics of the players. They'll break down the plays. The coaches are going to have a lot to go over with tonight so that tomorrow morning they could play their best basketball game and hopefully bring home that championship for their team. But the talk of this NBA division has been Easton Glanville, the 5'8" player out of Murphys, California, the power forward, and power it is. He is powering down into the paint. He is doing the work offensively. He's blocking defensively. And that has changed the game in every aspect. Because he stands so much taller than everyone else, Zach Krieg is the second tallest player at 5'7", but other than that, he stands 7 inches taller than the rest of the players in the NBA. And Easton Glanville could have been brought up to the D-League, but they had so many players itself, he had to stay down and make the teams equal at the NBA. And Easton Glanville, he's been trying to move the ball to other sides of the players, but when you're a center, the first thing you learn in young divisions is stay low and then put that ball up there. There's no reason to pass it out because the best shots are right there at the rim. And Easton Glanville has been the primary suspect of that, doing the right thing for young centers. He gets low, he stays there, he puts it in. And that's how they've won the bulk of these games for the Supersonics. But on the other hand, the Bobcats do a good job of moving the ball, getting around, but then also when you're in a younger division, there's bound to be more turnovers, there's bound to be more steals, violations, just other things in basketball that don't occur more normally in higher division games, as Easton Glanville gets his first bucket for the Sonics and ties it up with the Bobcats. But as we look at tomorrow's schedule for Championship Friday, Court 2 right here with me, Levi Flores, starting at 8:40 a.m., game number 1, the D-League playoffs with the 2nd seed versus the winner of the 3rd and 6th seed. And that game is played tonight. So you can watch that number 3 versus number 6 D-League playoff tonight. And then the NBA Finals at 9:30 and the WA Finals will wrap us up at 10:20 a.m. right here on court number 2. And, of course, stay tuned for the camp awards after the camp if you're coming to pick up your camper. And for Court 1, D-League playoffs will start off the morning with the number 1 seed versus the winner of 4 and 5, which will play tonight. And the G-League Finals, winner of 2 and 3, then the D-League Finals will wrap it up on that court as well. But I also want to thank you for joining me throughout the week for the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. It has been a pleasure to have you join us for the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed them for both me, Sonny Oaks, and Mario Ramos, who is here earlier in the camp. We've all enjoyed hearing your comments about our broadcast, and we hope we can bring it to you more years to come. And from what the campers have told me, they've enjoyed it as well, and I hope that they can return so that we can call more of their broadcasts. Willis currently with the ball for the Supersonics in this NBA division. Charles Roth, Scott Thomason, the 2 head coaches, doing a fantastic job teaching these kids the game of basketball. When it comes to the younger side, you always want to learn the basics. You learn about dribbling the ball. You learn about ball movement, off-ball moves, screening, and just the basics in that so that you can piece them together for a play in the game. And these 2 coaches, that's why they're put in the NBA, so that they can teach the youngest kids the basics of basketball, so that when they get into the older divisions, whether it's in middle school, high school, or wherever they play next, that they will already be a step ahead of everyone else. So that's why they come here to the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. 2-2 is our current score, and don't let the score affect what I just said, because scoring is very difficult. Defense is the highest aspect in this game. They close off the middle, and it's just not easy to score when your defense is standing right in your face. Gilliam lost this one, and it hands it over to Willis. He got injured earlier in the camp, but still in the game playing, but he travels here. He was going for a deep pass, slid his feet, but never got rid of it. And Coach Roth telling him, yes, you did travel, you did slide that feet. He saw it too. It is the correct call, and we just need to take that away from our game. We can't let that happen again so that you can get better. And he'll learn from that as it goes on. Good movement around the outside for the Bobcats. Now fouls. Tried going behind the back. Ball came loose. And there is Wilson, I believe, helped ties it up. Actually, excuse me, that's Willis who's going in for the tie-up. Still super aggressive, keeping that in there, and we'll head to a timeout. Score tied at 2 apiece. You're watching the NBA at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. 10 seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness. The NBA at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, Bobcats and Supersonics. Charles Roth, Scott Thomason battling it out again, hoping that there, I believe, 14 players in total can bring home a championship team tomorrow. But the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, plenty of prizes, plenty of opportunities. 2 games a day for all of these campers trying to put it together. It's a lot of basketball. Anthony Connor from the G League joined me a little bit earlier on one of our previous games. And as a camper, I asked him, how is he liking the camp? And he said it's the perfect amount of basketball. We do the drills, we do practices, we play together, we learn the team chemistry, and playing 2 games a day is perfect along with all the other things that we're doing. It's the right amount of basketball, not too little, not too much, and that's what I like to hear. Drive down, swatted out from behind, and a clean poke out by Cash Bradley. That was a nice stop, coming all the way from behind, chasing down to evade 2 points for the other team. Inbound to Easton Glanville. Got it up high, but couldn't connect. That's what the Bobcats have done a great job of doing, keeping Easton Glanville out of the paint. He might get close, but by boxing him out, staying low on him, and not allowing him to dribble the ball or take a step closer, it gives it such a harder time for him to put that ball in the hole. And coach recognized that, players agreed with him, and have been able to keep him out of there so that he doesn't get almost the perfect basket and the highest percent. Micah Deolis in play for the Supersonics. Here's Easton Glanville. There he is again. You see how far away he is from the basket. That time he's able to put it in on his second shot. Supersonics lead 4-2. But the defense is staying down low on it. There's always a body on him, and they always keep him outside. It was unfortunate that he was able to put that in because of their scheme and how it's supposed to work, but he's not going to make that every time, and he's going to have a very difficult challenge in shooting that. Max Glanville with the handle, but it's stripped away very easily. Push from behind. Max Glanville picks it up, and we'll have 2 free throws with Evan Beck. Little confusion lining up at the free throw line. Coaches and officials helping him out. And here are the 2 free throws for Evan Beck. Coach Roth calling out for the long rebound, making sure No one's going to get that, but rebound doesn't matter as Evan Beck hits both and ties the game at 4. Friendly fire. One on the ground, and the ball goes out and heads to the Supersonics. 2 players on the same team fighting for the ball, but you got to let one of them get it. Make sure you're on the same page, or else it's going to turn it over just like it did. Glanville up and down to his brother Easton. A little push on the low body. Nothing called, but the chase down eventually occurs for Evan Beck. He's trying to beat out Max Glanville and Easton, who comes from behind for the help. And Easton Glanville credit with the steal, but then it launches off his shin to his teammate, who then can't put down the 10-footer. That was Trevor Flood, who picked it back up in transition. Good job taking it, but in the end results in a turnover. Wraparound shot, Zach Krieg heavily guarded. He gets it to his man to the right side, and that is a 2-point bucket from Cash Bradley. Beautiful play and great setup by Zach Krieg. Easton Glanville was on very tight defense, going side-by-side contact, but then right there was the wide-open Cash Bradley, who knocks down the 8-footer. Max Glanville back on the hold, yo-yoing up and down and throughout. Left side wing, can't go.
Time out.
9 minutes left in the first. Bobcats have taken the lead, 6-4.
Ten seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
Halfway through the first, 6-4 the score as the Bobcats lead over the Supersonics. It's the NBA division at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. 6-4, good offense and defense from both teams, evened out through the middle. And we have a push on the side. Max Glanville made some contact. It'll stay with the Bobcats here under the basket to score. Evan Beck is on the right side. He was trying to get it there. It bounced off the foot of Jeremy Willis, who got over to deflect the pass early. He did, but unfortunate that it just bounced off the top of his foot and went out of bounds. Cash Bradley will try it again. This time it's off Evan Beck, the intended target, and turns it over. Glanville up and down to Willis, and that's turned over with the added pressure of Evan Beck. Bradley up and down inside to Gilliam. Has to turn and shoot, but was looking for another player instead of the basket, which leads to the travel. Here's Willis. Doherty's in the corner. He uses the screen from Willis, jacks up a deep 2, front iron, and straight down to Tanoa Hall, who's wrapped up. And another jump ball. Evan Beck forces that. Willis in the corner. Willis hits the deck. It's out to Evan Beck. Doherty's on his side. Crosses over, trying to switch back and forth. Oh, what a beautiful move. And a very veteran play as he then banks it through. Evan Beck. Fantastic play for the Bobcats, who now have doubled up the score to make it 8-4. Max Glanville stripped away by Bradley. Bradley switching court to an open man in E.J. Witt, who scores again, back-to-back buckets. Max is going to swing it over to Jack Doherty. Doherty, he gets it stripped. Here's another fast break possibility. Jax Peshman leading up to the left side. And can't score this one. Evan Beck will have to push it back around. Peshman gets it again, trying to create some space down in the center. Willis and Beck going back at it. Now it's flung back out. Bobcats will remain with it. What a crazy possession it has been. As Peshman launches the deep 3, slips out of E.J. Witt's hands. Beck will toss it up. Ball will get slowed down by the Supersonics, ending that crazy possession from the Bobcats. Asher Rice stripped again by Peshman. Peshman up to E.J. Witt. Witt to the right side. 3-point ball goes long and out. 5 minutes left in the first. Bobcats leading by 6. It's 10-4 for the NBA at the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp.
Ten seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
Bobcats 10, Supersonics 4. It's the NBA at the NCS TV Summer Basketball Camp. Bobcats have taken over that last 5 minutes, stealing the ball high before the Sonics even had a chance. And here it happens again. Zach Krieg and Easton Glanville back on the court, going head-to-head. The two post players, one for each team. Glanville for the Supersonics, Krieg for the Bobcats. Krieg was the intended target from that pass from Peshman, but Glanville steps in front, goes coast to coast, and gets a good bounce. It's a great job by Easton Glanville. It seemed to be a mismatch on the outside, which was a trap for the offense of the Bobcats, who were trying to get it to their open big man down low, but Glanville was able to stand tall and Goliath that ball away. Shot will not count, unfortunately. A travel was called before. Believe a travel at least, maybe a push. Nemmer finds the corner. Krieg is back down low. Peschman gupping over to him, but then poked out. Friendly fire again. Memmer came across and stole the ball from Krieg, who is the intended target, and the big man. Just a friendly fire that leads to no bucket. Pass stolen away here. Another wild one. Trying to find Easton Glanville, and Willis. Oh, it seemed to be a fantastic steal that he clamped it in the middle, but then the back judge called a foul on the play. There's an open man. 15-footer in the triangle. Battles out. Glanville on the move again, pushed out of the paint. Here's Flood trying to dribble out. Willis finds an open two. No. Krieg, a nice chase down, rebound, then another deep pass stolen away by Easton Glanville. Glanville switches sides. Takes it from 15, off the back rim, finds his own miss. Wilson trying to find the rim again. Glanville swings it around, lost it on the move. Wilson takes a steal. Krieg sets down low. Wilson, his primary defender. A bad pass off the legs of Jack Peschman lead to a possible drive. Then a foul occurs on the move. Just over a minute left in the first. Bobcats still lead 10-6. Deolis nearly had that one from deep two-point range. We have a foul on the ground. Slapped him across the wrist. Flood up and down to Easton Glanville. A bulk of orange jerseys swallowing up again, and this time it's going to be another foul. Might be shooting, but I've mentioned this in another NBA division game where Glanville, he doesn't jump on a shot. He holds it high, and he's never really in the position of shooting besides just standing there. So until he's pushing his arms forward in momentum, he's not going to get called for a shooting foul. And that's what's kind of been hurting the Supersonics, not getting to that free throw line. Flood, deep two, short again. Easton Glanville, rebound, and fouled. I believe this time it will be shooting. Glanville shooting two to end our first half. And Glanville can't get either of them. 0 for 2 at the line to end the first half. Bobcats lead by 4 entering into the second set. 22 minutes to play, and the Bobcats will see if they hold on. NBA Division, NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, Bobcats and Sonics. It's been a good one for the Bobcats in this game. They've done a great job defending Easton Glanville, who's been the talk of this division. He gets down low, he scores the ball, he plays defense, he makes great stops. And right now, the Bobcats are holding him down. Here he is now in the paint. They keep him far out, switches over to Doherty, who can't quite get the 10-footer, but Easton Glanville on the offensive board. That's where it's been hurting him on the second chance shots. They stop him early in the possession. They stop him so that he can't get the first bucket, but then as soon as it switches to another player, they crash the boards, but then Easton Glanville is so tall that he can just stand right over him, and that's where he gets the closest for a shot, and that's what's paying off for the Sonics right now. Glanville. Easton Glanville this time, back-to-back buckets. Gilliam trapped in the corner, and he's fouled. Jack Doherty. A little too much skin-to-skin contact. Inbound pass, an open three, too much, and Easton Glanville's there for the defensive board. Flood underneath, no. Drive on Glanville, goes reverse. Oh, yes! The reverse layup all the way around Glanville. What a fantastic play for Cash Bradley. Coach Scott Thomason liking it. All the players liking it. Flood holding near, or excuse me, that's Beck holding near midcourt. Bunch ball off that right side. Drive again, reverse. Oh, he does it again, 2 in a row. Cash Bradley, the reverse king. Just has reverse Uno cards in his pocket saying, here you go, handing them out left and right. 14-10 with 2 straight baskets from Cash Bradley. Sonics looking for some payback after those 2 magnificent plays from Bradley and the Bobcats. And Bradley and the Bobcats sounds like a great band name if they wanted to make a summer camp band. Kind of like Hootie and the Blowfish, but Bradley and the Bobcats. It's going to stay here on this side for the Supersonics as we look again. I believe this is the second one from Cash Bradley as he throws it up. That time uses the backboard, got enough spin on it to drop right down and had some words for his team and coach. Inbound to Easton Glanville, bucket again. See, Cash Bradley handles. He did it twice in a row, maybe looking at 3 if he can get the break. Max Glanville trying to use that right-hand handle. Up and down, Glanville strips it away over the back. Could have been an over-the-back call as Cash Bradley got pushed. Looking at the refs, but they're going to let him play through that contact. Tied it back up, 14-14, and it's been Cash Bradley or Easton Glanville. Those are the only 2 players that have scored the last 8 points. Bradley, turnaround Jay. E.J. Witt will try to dribble out of the defense. 15-footer, too much. 14-14. We'll be back with more of the second half as we have a tie ball game in the NBA.
Ten seconds to play. They need another three to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
14-14 for the NBA at the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at LeviF01. Highly appreciate it. 17 minutes left to go, and this battle has been back and forth mostly between Cache Bradley and Easton Glanville in the second half. In the first half, it was a little bit different story, but Easton Glanville, as we see here, has been doing a lot for the team, and they put Zach Krieg on him so that he can have a tough defender that equals the height. Easton Glanville is 5'8", Zach Krieg is 5'7". So those are the two tallest players in the camp. Besides them, the tallest player is 5'1", and that is shared between multiple players. So you really have to look at those two down low on both sides of the court and see if they have any separation and if they can take advantage of it. Here's Easton Glanville again asking for a foul, and I heard these NBA coaches talking during the dinner break saying all these kids say is they think it's a foul. They think it's a foul, and not everything is a foul when it comes to basketball, and you just have to play through it. Don't worry about if you're being fouled or not, because if you truly are, the officials are going to call it. But if you're not fouled, they're not going to call it. So stop arguing and just play through it, and that's what's going to make you a better player. Micah Deolis misses his 15-footer, and he's been one of the camp favorites along with a few others that are out here. Everyone chants for him no matter where they are. Here's Jax Peshman for the Bobcats. Picked up his dribble off the right wing, down to E.J. Witt, who's sandwiched between white jerseys. A pass underneath to Zach Krieg, a bump on the body, but he needs to shoot that earlier because the defense is going to find an easier way to get in front and make a stop. But there, flying away with the basket is Mac Thomason, excuse me. Glanville stops early. Needs to kick it out. He does to Luke Wilson. He'll take a deep one, and that rolls out. Member got the rebound, but gave it right back to Wilson. Luckily, the second time, Peshman was right underneath to take the takeaway. Zach Krieg underneath, turns and shoots, blocks from behind. And they're going to say it's blue despite the block from Easton Glanville. Willis inside, slips down with the foul on E.J. Witt. Call this shooting, so Willis at the free throw line for two. Coach Routh telling Willis he's okay, he's good right there. Just needs to take his time. E.J. Witt gives over, up and down, call it for the double.
Hey, so you feel better? I made a mistake right after that, just so that we can all be, you know, we're all in this together. I'm not sure.
Bayless throws it up, goes short, and a good job by Ian Memmer, letting the ball go out of bounds. He was flying towards it so that he can save it, but said, you know what, it's already out of bounds, not going to touch it, and then we'll get the ball and be able to go up through. And then the travel there, great call by the official. Jax Peshman took a few extra steps as he was trying to reel that back and stuttered all the way through. This leads us to a timeout as the Bobcats have a 2-point lead, 16-14.
10 seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
12 minutes left to play. Bobcats 16, Sonics 14. It's the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp, and through this battle, Easton Glanville has done a lot, but then at the same time, Cash Bradley and the entire team of the Bobcats have been working together offensively to get the creative open shots, and these two coaches not liking some of the calls happening going over, but they both agree about some of the situations, which is kind of the funniest thing. You know, these officials out here spending their time with us trying to create the best basketball game available, and they call what they see, and that's what you're supposed to do, but at the same time, there's some situations where you have to say, all right, that's a bad call, and they'll probably come back, look at this, and say, man, what was I thinking on that one? Turn and shoot doesn't go. Max Glanville will get the rebound. Try to go in transition for the Sonics. Beat out. Jax Peshman nearly got a strip, but Glanville turns and shoots. Nicks off the front rim. Second chance opportunity doesn't go. Third time, Gilliam slaps at him. No foul, but Cash Bradley was able to pull it for the Bobcats. He's had quite a few points in this. And coming up after this on court 2, you can join me here as we see Cash Bradley pull down another one off the right side. The D-League playoffs will be up next as the 4th and 5th seeds go against each other. 4 Dazzle, 5 66ers for that 6-team matchup. The 66ers beat Dazzle earlier 34-24, and that's what earned them the better spot in this. In that game, that D-League playoff will be coming up in just under 10 minutes after this one concludes. 18-14. Bobcats wanting this victory bad to defeat Goliath Easton Glanville. Deolis, no good. Drive down the side, goes short again. The good thing to look at with both of these teams and their offensive drives is that they're getting to the basket. Although they're not making it, they're doing the right thing. They're getting an open shot. Cash Bradley, nice Hail Mary dish down low, but the basket has a lid on it. Max Glanville using that one-hand handle. Throws it off the legs of Asher Rice. I believe this goes the opposite way. Doherty. Wrap around.
That's a cool shot. Aww.
Cash Bradley down the center, strips it down low and just behind the intended target. Have to make sure you pass that in front, but Jax Peshman is already 2 steps ahead of it. Pass deflected by Beck. Cash Bradley is there. The Bobcats attacking with integrity, but the rim rolls it right off that front side. That'll stop the clock for the Supersonics. They'll get the ball in a moment. 18-14 with 7 left. Not a lot happening in the second half since
10 seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
Starting. 7 minutes left in the second. Bobcats 18, Supersonics 14. It's the NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. Here's Easton Glanville back in play. He's been the target in the paint for both teams. They know who he is, what he does. And he's always been the target for good and for bad. Here's Peshman on the handle. And a travel up high. Six minutes left. Bobcats up by 2 possessions. It's a waiting game now. Bobcats, yes, they do want to score. They don't need to if their defense is immaculate. But with Easton Glanville back out, anything is possible. Wow, what a handle by Cash Bradley, showing it off. He's going against Asher Rice. Left and right, back and forth, up and down. Cash Bradley reaching deep into his bag and mocking the defense. Bradley up and down to Krieg underneath. And there's Easton Glanville once more reaching over the top. E.J. Witt can't get that one. Zach Krieg will take a step out of bounds before he touched it. Supersonics reel it back through. Asher Rice guarded outside by Krieg. Grabbed that from behind. Took a while for the officials to blow on that one. Coaches having some fun on the side, arguing with some calls. Charles Ross, Scott Thomason, two of the best here at the camp. Just under 4 to play. 18-14 is the score currently. We're going to plug in our excess mic here as E.J. Witt comes down with a clean block on Easton Glanville. Sent that one packing home. He said, championship what? We're going to pack your bags early. E.J. Witt flex on the band. E.J. Witt guarding Glanville again. Ball's loose. Doherty will lead it from the triangle. Doesn't go. Ball out again. And it heads in favor of Peshman and the Bobcats. Caught in the corner, needs to get rid of it. It's stolen by Willis on the side. Willis has an open basket with the right hand. It's good off the backboard, and it's a 2-point game. 2.5 minutes. Bobcats 18, Sonics 16 in the NBA division matchup. The final one before Championship Friday is a one-possession stop set. Peshman for three. Krieg picks it back. Easton Glanville with the stop. Denying Craig for the possible two-possession game. Asher Rice lost the handle. That sends it to a timeout. It's a 2-point game with 2 minutes to play.
Ten seconds to play. They need another three to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
NBA Division, the final game before the championship tomorrow. You're watching the 2023 NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and by my side, the WNBA superstar, Autumn Begley. How are you doing, Autumn?
I'm doing good.
What's your favorite thing about camp so far?
Definitely teamwork and the basketball games.
Well, this isn't your first time at camp. You're also here at our Week 1 camp for 2023. Do you like the different competition?
Yes.
And you are also our three-point contest champion of that Week 1, one of our favorite events here at the camp. Why did you want to go into it, and what was your strategy to win the contest?
So I wanted to go into the three-point contest because I've always seen, like, other people like shooting and stuff, and I've always like wanted to get better. So I thought like maybe I could try this as a new thing, maybe it would be cool. And then when I won, I was just really surprised.
Well, we weren't surprised over here at the booth. We knew you had confidence in you and that you were going to do your best, and you did just that, won the competition, and that was last week's camp. In this one, there was a few other competitors that just barely rose above you, and you weren't able to win this one. Well, in this game, the NBA 18-16, it's a very tight battle. Bobcats are barely holding on to this, but Willis right now at the free throw line. It looks like they're going to have a line violation on the side, so Willis will get another one. But the Supersonics trying to battle their way back, complete a comeback from the Bobcats, who have led the entire time. What would you do in this situation?
I'd really focus on boxing out and jumping up for the rebounds if I was the Sonics.
Well, the Sonics miss this free throw, so it hands it over to the Bobcats. Full court press is allowed in the final 2 minutes. But it looks like stepping over the line, it'll be a back and forth in which the Sonics will get it right under the shooting basket. WNBA championship is going to be right here on court number 2. Tomorrow you'll be playing in that. What are you looking forward to in the championship game?
Making my mom proud.
Making your mom proud. Would you like to say something to her now?
I love my mom a lot.
I love my mom as well. Shout out to Mama Begley as this one goes out of bounds. It'll be Supersonic basketball once more. Time is slowly ticking down. Remember, the clock stops with every play out of bounds. And right here, it stops at 90 seconds as the Supersonics have a chance to tie it up. Here's an inbound from the side. Peshman guarding close. They go up and down. Easton Glanville trying to take it. And a collision between Max Glanville, E.J. Witt, and Easton Glanville occurs mid-court. Glanville still up on his feet, but the two others a little slow. Let's take a closer look at this from our hero cam. Naomi on the action. Just tripped up on the sides, trying to take the steal. And I believe that should be in favor of the Bobcats. It looks like E.J. Witt is going to be picked up on the foul. No, excuse me, Max Glanville does pick it up, and E.J. Witt will be shooting for the 1-and-1. Autumn, what do you think of this right now? 18-16, who's going to pull it off?
I think it's a very close game. I wonder if they can make it up and move on.
Well, who do you think is going to win? Just based off what you've seen, you've been here watching the game the entire time. Who's got it in them?
I think that the Sonics could have maybe pulled this off if they really work hard. But the Bobcats are just pushing. They look like they're in it to win it.
Well, the Sonics get the ball back here after the missed free throw from E.J. Witt. And the hardest part about this with the full court press is the inbound itself. Everyone's trying to foul, take that ball away because they know it's so close. Here's E.J. Witt doing that now. He got the steal. Cash Bradley will give it up, but Easton Glanville is right there in front to take it right back. They need 2 to tie, but E.J. Witt, the steal king, taking it left and right away from Easton Glanville for a second time. This time, mid-range jumper, misses the first. Flood with the second, doesn't go either. Easton Glanville, turn and shoot. Front rim, fights for it. Cash Bradley will tie up the ball up high, but also contact him on the wrist, which gives Easton Glanville 2 free throws. A chaotic possession, Easton Glanville having a touch after every single shot, and you see that right hand of Cash Bradley initially get the ball, but then it slides right down onto the wrist, which is then called for the foul. 1-and-1 for Easton Glanville. Under a minute, Glanville doesn't go. Cash Bradley getting past Glanville. He just needs to dribble it out. Up and down, Max gets it now. Glanville lost it off his own ankle, stops the clock at 41, and it's Bobcat basketball. Autumn, what would you do right now? What's the play?
I think that they're going to try to, push it out, try to stop the ball, to just let the clock run out. I think that's a smart choice if the Bobcats if the Bobcats want to win. But I think that the game is really close and could be tied up.
Easton Glanville will switch court to Flood. Flood is blocked by Bradley. Flood back on it after Bradley couldn't hold the handle. It's off the leg, and it's Bobcat basketball. 30 seconds, the score hasn't changed, but possession's out the wazoo. Peschman, deep pass. Got it to the open man, and a timeout will be called by Scott Thomason of the Bobcats, who currently lead by 2. 22 seconds, 2-point game, trying to hold it for the final minute.
Ten seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
22 seconds for the final NBA division game before the championship tomorrow morning. I'm NorCal's voice of choice, Levi Flores, and by my side is the WNBA superstar in Autumn Begley. And we have an out-of-bounds play off the inbound. It's been a lot of changes in these final 2 minutes, but no points have been scored. A lot of shots, a lot of possessions, a lot of steals, turnovers, you name it. Whatever it is in basketball, it has been done here. And it's still counting down. E.J. Witt steps out of bounds. It's back to the Supersonics. All they need is a layup. The inbound finds Willis. He's been a big part in this one. Glanville standing underneath the hoop. The shot from Flood goes long. Glanville, the putback. He's fouled by Cash Bradley. And this is 2 automatic free throws. Not a 1-and-1. It was on the shot, so Glanville has a chance to tie from the charity stripe. You see that arm come across from Cash Bradley, slapping at those arms. And now Easton Glanville could be the 2 most important free throws of the camp. Easton Glanville hits the first. Coach Charles Roth excited about this one. 1-point game. If he hits the second, it's a tie with 8 seconds. Glanville doesn't get the second. Rebound underneath, falls to the deck. Calling for a timeout, and Charles Roth gets it. It's Supersonic basketball coming back in when we return.
Ten seconds to play. They need another 3 to tie the game. Cuban, half court. Oh! Cuban knocks down the half court, ties the game. Oh my goodness.
6 seconds. Sonics down 1, ball in hand. NBA on NorCal Sports TV's summer basketball camp. Wilson will be the catalyst on the inbound. Easton Glanville is most likely the target for the Supersonics. Max Glanville, Flood, and Jeremy Willis are the others in. Inbound to Max Glanville, turns and shoots. It's good! Got it to go. Max Glanville drops it down, and Peschman will not get a chance. It is Supersonics victory at the very buzzer. Got it in from Wilson to Glanville and got it on the bank. The superstar role, Glanville wins it for the Sonics, 19-18 for the NBA. Look at this one again. Begley, what do you see?
I see that they really wanted to win this, and they did. They will be moving on to tomorrow's game.
Glanville faked it right side, got Peshman to move to the opposite edge, wrapped around underneath, and just had an easy 5-foot bucket to win this one in the end. Supersonics 19, Bobcats 18. Didn't have the lead till the final 3 seconds, but they got it done in the end. Until tomorrow's championship game, the NBA concludes tomorrow for Championship Friday. You've been watching the 2023 NorCal Sports TV Summer Basketball Camp.